has also pushed out a certain type of activity. If you can just talk about what happened.
Yeah, we had these lurkers. That's the thing that's really frustrating. As I said earlier about they've been arrested countless times. They have long rap sheets, misdemeanors occasionally. Every now and then they'll step into commit a felony, and we've been able to put them away. Incarcerated, they come back. They're chronic. I don't have any patience for these characters, and so I don't even think it's a disrespectful word. Not that I really even care about that, to be honest with you. But they kind of used to hang out at those tables and lurk, drink in public, which they're not supposed to be drinking in Waikīkī. But more than that, their behavior, harassing tourists walking by, and lewd behavior sometimes, urinating out in all that. I mean, it's just unsightly, especially Waikīkī. So I was reluctant to take away the tables. I didn't want to give in. This is about good versus bad again, right? I thought, but as it turned out, because of the reoccurrence of these guys, we decided, okay, we'll just eliminate the tables. Now they're starting to migrate back to that area. We're going to deal with that because there's some things we can do from a landscaping standpoint or whatever. I don't want them down there. I don't, because I'd be the first to say, hey, this is public space. Everybody is entitled to it. Should be able to use it. It's beautiful. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. When you think about Waikīkī, it should not be spoiled like that. So we're playing hardball with them. We're trying to move the church feeding to a whole new location. I think we've had some success. I've been frustrated by that because that's been part of the reason why they're down there. It's just sort of a fight for us. It's a few characters. It's not a tremendous amount. It's a scalable problem. At some point, we're going to overcome that. But we're on top of it. One thing I can tell you is we pretty much know who's down there in Waikīkī, the homeless. And our homeless service providers know that. The Waikīkī bid's done a great job on that. The numbers are way down, but they're still there. We do fight the fact that we get an infusion of people flying in from the mainland that go to Waikīkī, thinking they can sleep on the beach. So we have those numbers that we're constantly battling. But I actually think, and when I talk about getting functional control, we're not getting on top of it. I can tell you right now, police are not putting up with these guys. So we're gonna go through that course. I wish we could get more help from the judiciary. I wish they could see the fact that these people are just making life miserable for a lot of people, and they're a danger. They're a danger to people. And look, these guys are addicted. They're sometimes out of their minds. They're drunk. It's not cool. And I just wish we could find a place to put them. And we're going to try. We're going to be a little bit more aggressive on the rehab part. We're kind of coming into our own now on our ability to pick up people involuntarily, and the courts are on our side on that. And we have now the treatment centers we can. Maybe we can stabilize some of these guys. We'll see. But I can promise you, as I say this as mayor, zero tolerance for this stuff. There's no forgiving me on this because it's just habitual. And what people don't know is the kind of attitudes behind it. Because we get up close and personal with these guys, and it's not a nice conversation. And if people could hear that, they would understand it. It's more than hostile. They're even threatening and everything. And you go like, hey, you don't get to be like that. This is not how the world works. So that's where I'm coming from on that, and I've empowered our police department. I've raised the bar on my own expectations in the spirit of public safety, not just for the tourists, for local people too. Nobody has to subject themselves to that, And and somebody's walking their wife down the sidewalk or with their kids, and some guy's making some lewd comments. Nobody should get away with that. Nobody, and they won't.